Right, good morning. We're at Portland Canal today with the James Maude squad again. It's another Saturday match. It's lovely conditions, very mild, muggy, warm. It's perfect for fishing really. And, I've drew one of the probably top 5 pegs on the lake. I drew peg 17 in the corner. It's a lovely peg. I've fished it before and had good fish off it, but I've also fished it and had bad days on it. One or two fish moving, but not greatly really, but we'll have to see. I think it'll start a bit slow in the match. I've set up a couple of pace lines. I've got one middle tracker, one right across in front of a bush at about 13 metres, a couple of margin lines for pellet and paste, set up with similar sort of depth, top kit, and I've got a 16 metre area to the left. I'll just pan that round so you can see that. Right into the corner over there, there's that 16 metre area, so I'm going to put some pellets in that, probably fish feeder over it to start with, just while I look what people are catching. I'm really looking forward to it. That's been a good peg again. Thanks Billy Harrison, he's drawn me a good peg. So we have some good fish today. Second cast. Lovely green colour, the water, isn't it, today? Yeah. A greeny colour. Lovely condition of fish. That beautiful fish. Three. That's not bagging, 3. Look at that. It's a goldfish. Cross between a crucian and a goldfish, that one. Lovely. Number 3. It's a nice fish. Lovely common, beautiful condition on this. Fighting hard again. So we're 1 hour in. We've just gone 1 hour in. And this is carp number 6, I think. Maybe 7, but a couple of little ones in there. Lost 2 or 3. Fighting hard again. I fed my margin lines with maggot and pellet. Lovely fish these are. Lovely fish, that one. £3. Yeah. The wind's getting up, so it's blowing straight into that corner. So if it carries on, there should be a lot of fish in that corner. So I was saying before that it was just over an hour. But Scott on peg 12's catching down the margin, so I fed both these margin lines. Not really, just fighting really hard. It might be a 4-pounder, I think, Brian. Ooh, might be a bit bigger. Maybe 5. Very nice. Nice mirror. It's a lovely mirror cut, aren't they?
Multi's on fire where the electric
I can imagine Roger's a DJ with his shades on. Yeah. Really? Nice comment. £4. Right, so we're 2 hours in. I've only had one more carp in that last hour, lost a couple. So I'm showing £28 on the clicker. So I'm feeding down the margins with corn, maggot, pellet. Let's see if we can get anything that's grubbing around down there early. Just have a cheeky look on it. I think I've had 7 or 8 carp for £28. Just odd fish being caught, apart from peg 12, and Scott's catching loads. But not too bad for the first couple of hours. Found one straight away. Nice margin fish. Looks like a nice fish. So this one's from a right hand margin. I hope so, I'm weighing them both in, if I have.
I'll have my tongue claw back if you have.
Alright, unless it's one I like. I could do with some new kit. Oh, get in. It's got a big tail on it. Oh, that's a proper fish. Oh, absolute beauties. Look at that. Some crazy commons. Long fish. Scoops it eventually. Oh, that's a proper fish, Brian, that one. Look at that. No, change that to £10 for that. It's lovely fishing like this when it does this. You catch either side and just feed a trickle a bit of bait in. Lovely common. I'm fishing 2 grains of corn on a size 12, little 4x16s copper paste float, heavily shotted with a bulk, and 5.5 pound line. I'm just putting a few bits of corn in the kinder pot, feeding both lines either side. And in the last hour I've had 6 fish down these edges. I'm not potting in big pots of bait. This was just feeding a few grains of corn and then waiting for a fish. So. Look at that for a fish. Wow, beautiful. Right, so we're 1 o'clock, 3 hours in. Clicker's showing £60, so it's fantastic. Had a great first half. Got another one. Half a dozen grains of corn after a quarter fish. So the rest of the match goes on like this. I think everybody's catching now. Everybody's catching well. £4. Seems to be all common sounding margins. You sneaked in on him, Monster Brian? Everybody's catching. Really good first half of the match. Yeah, getting odd ones. Mirror. Small. It was. No hesitation. Just a little bit more finesse on my rig. Only a little fish and all, £3. £2 for that one. Hey? Oh yeah. Not getting big fish. Right, it's 2 o'clock, 2 hours left. The clicker is showing 83 pounds. So I've got some dead reds and maggots, some worms, so I've swapped to that because they'll just last me 2 hours, I think. I've got a couple of pints. But the corn line has sort of dried up a little bit. But worm and maggot seems to be working well. I've had 3 fish on it since I changed. But I think everybody's catching. We get some big weights today. Brian in Peg 18 next to me, he's catching honey monsters, so he's getting a big weight together. So it's fishing really well, so hope it carries on. So this is on worm from the right hand margin. The other side, it's another nice common. £5. Worm. No. That must have landed in its mouth, Brian. Rig had not even settled, the float went straight away. Lovely mirror. Good fish, but not massive. It's a nice fish, but it's not a honey monster. Not bad though. Not complaining. Maybe £5. Right, it's 2:45, hour and a quarter left. It's gone a little bit quiet. Fish have gone a little bit finicky. But I'm showing £98 on the clicker. Probably a bit. That's probably a bit overestimating it. It's drafty dropped off a little bit for myself and Brian. Yeah. Yorkshire lads next to us are still catching. Gary, somebody else has got one on. Yeah. No. Very dark looking mirror. You little one. Too bad. Two half-worms at the moment. So the margin seems to have died at the moment. Can't buy bites. I've come back over the feeder line and got a fish straight away. Moose is bagging. Roger. He's got him now. Right, last half an hour. Slow at the moment. 104 on the clicker. It's probably a bit less than 100. Just lost one. It's took me in the reeds opposite. Coming towards me. Little carp, I think, maybe. Goldfish. That beautiful fish. Look at that. Put him in the silver net. So I've got some micros, method mould. Got wafter on at the moment. Catching on pellet and wafter. Hey? Hell yeah. You were catching them quick earlier on though, Brian, weren't you? Little baby ones. Right, last couple of minutes. About 4 minutes to go. Just try most margins again. Worm, bit of meat on. Brian just said one meat. No fish on. Right, well that's the end of the match. Been a good match, caught plenty of fish. We'll get back to weight, we're going to see who's won.
No, it's I've had a decent day's fishing.
The next time I look down.
It has been.
Had any chapping, Bill?
Bill? Had any chapping?
In that gap there, mate, under that tree. That's how I'd have fished it there. Are you? Oh, what? Take that. 47-10. Hold on, knobs. Yep. 47-10. We had a knobby down. Where's your foot? 33-10. Is this the 150 pound you were talking about? We didn't know that's the quid for Gary. He said, tell me, 150 pound all day long. This is what it's got 150 pounds. 34-7.
That, he's on the ledge.
On top.
I had my hand up 14.5 minutes.
On the shore?
Yeah. When did you get back then, Sean? Yesterday?
Yeah, Thursday night, mate.
All right.
51-10.
Well done, guys.
Good shot, one.
Well done, well done.
Winner. I the record. I'm really good to keep this run going. Oh, I'm saying. I think I should keep this run going.
We've been thorough lead.
Yeah, you've had two fish. We had them all, Kev. Margins on the top side. They're over there. Corner on the tent. They're right into the base. Far corner there, yeah. What you got? What you been off? Well, I mean, most fish are like that. We chucked up. Well, I know. Put them bits on top of these. When your bites have been down. Any more now? Just go. Get it in, Billy. Might matter. Go white or Saturn. 52-13. 38-2. How you going, mate?
Got it.
You're not fed out, Dad? What, you're not fed anything in this job then?
I've already fed anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay there for like an hour. Skelly's got something.
Here, thank you. 41-4. Hey, ugly book. Hey. Oi. 44.
like
Has it been like this all day?
44-1.
Egypt.
Has it been like this all day?
Let Gary chip him back in and let me stand behind him.
It's been horrible to me all day.
Well done, Gary. Well done, Gary. What did he weigh?
Well done, Gaz. Well done, Gaz. Thank you.
How much you weighed in?
111.9.
Oh, Gary. Appreciate you. That means the Jungle Brothers owe me a quid. Where are they?
Why did?
Good morning. So we fished an excellent match yesterday at Portland Waters at Flintham. The fish were feeding straight from the start. But you still need to be on a good peg. So we had 18 anglers here yesterday on the 30 peg. So they pegged it really well. We spread everybody out really nicely. We managed 1,183 pound of fish at an average of 66 pound. So good average weights there. And it was very competitive as well yesterday. There was lots of guys in contention in this match. I think at the top 9 or 10 there was only perhaps 20 pound between the whole lot of them, so that was really good stuff. We'll go on to the sections then. So the first section was won by Billy Harrison from peg 8 with 89 pound 12. We fished shallow right across in the little pockets, little holes near the reed, so that's an excellent weight off peg 8, Billy, that's well done. Next was peg 11, Dave Sewell at 81 pound 4 ounce. Another good performance from Dave on a good peg as well, so well done, pal. And then the next section winner from peg 18 was Brian Cox, 90 pound 15 ounce. Fished really well, Brian, and he's got this margin fishing absolutely off to a T. A fine art he's got, and he was catching to his margins to his right. He had some really big fish. I'm going to get a couple of photos of them. Well done, Brian. I thought he got a little bit more than that actually. These big fish, I thought he'd perhaps under the ton. But well done again, Brian. And on the last section winner was Paul Skeldon with 71 pound 8 ounce. I think he fished in the 20s, might have been 26 I think it was, something like that. But yeah, another good performance, Paul. Well done for your section win. So on to the top 3 then, and we've got third from peg 14, which is it's a scarecrow peg as I call it. It's like, if you don't put anybody in it, then the fish may congregate in there. So Roger's got that unfortunate draw yesterday. But wow, what a weight! 95 pound 8 ounce. He had off peg 14, and he fished a tremendous match. He was standing up, fishing over the reeds to the platform of peg 13 most of the afternoon, feeding perhaps after 1 or 2 fish. But he really accumulated the fish in probably another half an hour. He may even, caught up with the second and first places. So well done, Roger. That's an excellent weight off that peg. And then on to second place was myself with from peg 17, which really was an excellent draw. Perhaps even the best draw yesterday. It was in the corner, and the way the wind was blowing, it was blowing both channels into the corner. So the fish were into that far corner. So I started on the feeder line and getting fish pretty much straight away. There weren't big fish, but there was plenty of fish there in that corner. Fed a few pellets over it, but didn't really need to feed much. The fish was actually there. It died off after a couple of hours, but by this time I was feeding the margins. Although I hadn't got big margins to fish at, they were quite deep. So I just fed them on my top kit, and I was catching on corn, and then a bit later on changed to worms. So fished a good match. But it was on a really good peg. Perhaps should have had a few more off this peg actually, really, thinking about it. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Ended up with second place. But on to the winner then, and for his first win of the season, with 111 pound 9 ounce from peg 23, was Gary Butcher, who fished an awesome match. He was catching throughout the match, right through. Then he was catching in the pockets opposite. I think he was fishing shallow and as tight to the bank as he could in where the reeds had been cut out. And he caught, I hardly fed anything really, and he caught right throughout. And so he fished absolutely superb yesterday and thoroughly deserved his win. And he won by a clear nearly 15 pounds, so well deserved, Garrett, on an excellent performance. Right, so yeah, Portland Waters, it's a lovely place to fish. Plenty of different lakes to fish, and they have quite a few matches on there, but it's never packed out. So when you pleasure it, there's lots of fish to catch. I mean, the fish we were catching yesterday was some lovely carp in there, absolute pristine condition, unmarked. So it's a great place to fish. We'll fish a few matches there each year. We always enjoy our visits. And the calf is up, the kingfisher calf's up in there. Lovely breakfast in the morning. So it's glad to see that back in action. But I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. I enjoyed making it again. Nice to draw another good peg, so Thanks for drawing with the peg again, Billy. Excellent stuff, and I look forward to the next match. I think we might be at Homedale next week. I'll have to check that. But as ever, we'll finish with a few highlights. We'll speak again soon. Bye for now. It's got a big tail on it. Oh, that's a proper fish. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that for a fish. Wow, beautiful.
Smile, Gary! Smile! Don't get big trousers in, will you?
No, I can crop that, mate. Are you ready? Smile.
Kept taking Roger, sir. I hope you want to frame it. I get many of them from Yorkshire.
Even shiny, innit?